Good morning from the beach. Welcome, welcome. Just wait a minute or two and let a few more people join. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Nicole. Karen, Christy. Oh, that's so nice of you. Is it Amita? Thanks for the comments. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, we're going to get started this morning. Lying on our backs. And I want you to kind of come into a mini Shavasana, okay? So lying flat on your back, letting your eyes close, and just taking a moment to turn inward. See what's going on inside. See if anything comes to the surface. And then I'd like you to just acknowledge certain things that are really specific to a morning vinyasa. So maybe it's the peace that you feel, your heart and your mind. Maybe it's the quiet in your house, the quiet in your mind. Or maybe it's just that really exciting feeling of taking on the day, right? It's the morning. It's like my daughter, when she wakes up and the sun is out, she's so excited. Yes, it's a sunny day. Allow those feelings to just kind of take over, right? So think about those feelings coming from your heart, and then they just kind of move throughout your body. They start to take over your limbs and your belly. And ultimately, they're feelings of peace and gratitude, right? You're grateful for the quiet. You're grateful for a morning vinyasa. My sister-in-law and I are outside today. We're grateful for the breeze and the sun that hasn't gotten so intense yet, right? All the sounds of the beach, the smells of the beach. So tap into that wherever you are. And we'll start to deepen our breath. So coming to the bottom of an exhale. Take an inhale and feel your chest expand. Feel your back arch. And then you can exhale out of your nose. Feel the entire length of your spine press down onto the mat, all the way down through your tailbone. Inhale. Chest is expanding, lungs are expanding. And exhale, pressing your spine back down. Take a few more breaths just like that. Noticing all of the subtleties. Now is a good time to dedicate your practice to someone or something. Your connection to your mat. Today's physical intention will be on core work, so we'll be focusing on the middle. Now I'd like you to bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a big hug. Grateful that you got up, that you're here. Grateful for your physical body that allows you to move through your practice. Now allow your legs to go straight up in the air. Toes can kick back. Palms can press down. And then we're going to point our toes. So you're pointing and flexing. Okay, and now you're going to let your toes just flex. So pull your toes back. And let your legs come down about 25%. Feel your core activate. And just breathe right here. Now allowing your legs to come down another 25%. So now you're more like 50%. Just breathe. Keep your shoulders down. Allow your legs to come down another 25%. 75% down. Knees come into chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Okay, we have one more round of this early core work. So just allow your legs to go straight up in the air, pointing, flexing. And then you can keep your toes flexed, 25%. Keep it tight, so tighten up all through the middle. And then really secure your shoulders down. 50%. You've got this. Your breathing keeps you connected. 75%. Or here, the shortest length of time. Knees come into chest. Wrap arms around. Now let's just take a supported happy baby. So you're not going to go all the way up and grab your pinky toes. Just bring your arms to the backs of your knees. You can sway a little. And the knees are coming together, arms reach up. You're going to rise all the way up and come right into a seated forward fold. So if you can, you're grabbing the outside of your feet, pinky toe sides of your feet. Otherwise, you're allowing your hands to kind of crawl down the sides of your legs. Hello to those of you who have recently joined. Nice to have you. Let's take one more breath in our forward fold. And then as you rise up, you're rolling up. Shoulders are rolling back. Pull your feet in. So now your knees are bent. Plant your hands behind your hips, fingers pointing towards your toes. And then allow your knees to sway from side to side. And then we're going to take right foot. You can extend left leg a little longer. Right foot's going to come to the top of your left thigh. And then pull that left foot in a little bit. And then we're swaying here. Opening hips. Maybe on one side your right foot touches down, and the other side your left knee touches down. Right foot can return next to left foot. You can extend it a little long. Bring that left foot to the top of your right thigh. If your foot does not go onto your thigh, like let's say it comes down here, that's cool. You don't have to bend your knee, right? You can maybe take it into a little forward fold. Only if your foot can come to the top of your thigh. Then you can bend your knee and sway a little from side to side. And left foot's going to return next to right. Now feet come together, your knees are going to go wide. And I know we kind of touch on this each week. Use your blocks appropriately. If this feels like way too much of a hip opener, grab some pillows, some blocks, place them under your knees. Give yourself some support. If this feels okay, I want you to grab your big toes with a yogi toe lock. First 2 fingers connecting with thumbs around your big toes. And inhale, lengthen spine. And an exhale, forward fold. You allow your elbows to splay out to the sides. And then stay folded, just extend your arms forward. Maybe your nose is coming close to your feet, finding length in your spine. And walk your hands back in, rolling yourself up. Make your way onto all fours, setting yourself up for cat-cow. I'm just going to assume that you guys can hear me and that the beach noises aren't too loud. Just somebody write me a little comment if you feel like you guys can't hear me, okay? Hey, Meg. Okay, moving hips. Half moons, maybe full circles. And then take it right into cat-cow. On your next inhale, tuck your toes, drop your belly, lift your chest. On your exhale, untuck toes, rounding spine. Inhale, tuck toes, drop belly, lift. Exhale, untuck and round. One more cat, one more cow. And then I want you to tuck your toes and rise right up. Keep that weight back, right? So you don't want to bring it forward. Your shoulders are behind your wrists. Just keep that weight back as you lift up into your downward facing dog. Now come onto your tippy toes, bend both knees so your hips are as high as you can get them. You're gazing back towards your knees. And then I want you to roll all the way out to plank pose. And then we're gonna press right back. I find that bending your knees early on in down dog gives me a better position in my down dog, and then I can straighten them out again. Bend your knees, come onto tippy toes. Let that wave come through your body as you roll yourself out. And then we're pressing back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, walk to the top of your mat. Each foot, I want you to plant down so you're feeling a stretch coming up the back side of your legs as you walk yourself to the top of your mat. When you get to the top of your mat, half lift. As you exhale, yogi toe lock, reach down. First 2 fingers connecting with thumbs around your big toes. Let your elbows splay out to the side. Gaze at your knees and pull yourself in. Hips are going really high. Soft bend in your knees is fine here. This is still early in class. Now release your hands. Slight bend in your knees. Sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, slide your hands down into heart center. Inhale, shoot your prayer hands all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, coming all the way down. Now step yourself back, plank pose. Holding right here. Today we're working on core work. If this isn't cool, drop your knees. Now you're just in a knee down plank. This is cool too. For another 2 breaths. Now I want you to lower all the way down onto the mat. Untuck your toes. Pull your elbows back. Low cobra. Exhale, sit back on your heels. Child's pose. Child's pose is a rest pose, but it's also an active pose. So you can reach your arms forward, continue getting more length out of your spine. I just want to make sure. Okay, everyone's saying we're good. Great. Great, great, great. Let me see if I stand up if you can see my head. Okay, I'll tilt it up just a little more. Okay, from child's pose, you're just gonna come forward, tuck your toes, and come right back into that downward facing dog. And then planting one foot, then the other, walking your way all the way up to the top of your mat. When you get to the top of your mat, hands to shins or thighs, lengthen spine. Exhale, take a forward fold, grabbing a hold of your big toes, yogi toe lock, bend your elbows, pull yourself in. Release your grip, soft bend in your knees, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, slide your hands down into heart center. Inhale, shoot prayer hands up. Exhale, forward folds, making your way all the way down. Step yourself back, plank pose, or knee down plank, whatever you're taking here. We're here for 5 inhales, 5 exhales. So as soon as you make your way into the pose, just begin to focus on breath. Halfway there. And then you're gonna bend your elbows back, so not out to the sides. Keep your elbows tight, lower all the way down. Untuck toes, low cobra, pull your elbows back. And then come back, sit on your heels, child's pose. Rise up, downward facing dog. Okay, this time we're going to either walk or jump ourselves to the top of your mat. So especially with being at home, bend your knees, look at your hands, take a little hop. See where your feet end up. Might put you right into your half lift. Exhale, take your forward folds. Inhale, soft bend, sweep arms all the way up. Exhale, slide your hands down into heart center. Okay, now we're gonna balance a little on one leg. Soft bend in your knees. You never wanna lock your knee when you're balancing on one leg, okay? So just a soft bend is always really, really good. So I want you to come onto the tippy toes of your left foot. So you're lifting that left heel. You feel your weight start to transfer to your right foot. Now you can grab a hold of your blocks, or if you have a bench or something in front of you, bring a chair, bring your hands to a chair. If you'd like to just go right into Warrior 3, you can tip forward. You're going to feel yourself balancing on that right ankle. That's the point. You're building muscle in your ankle. Left toes are pointing down, arms can extend forward. For one more breath, take it right into high lunge. Bend your right knee, left foot touches down at the back of your mat. Lift your chest. Palms can come together if you'd like. That back heel is lifted. Breath is steady. And then bring your hands down to frame your right foot. Pyramid pose. So you can simply straighten that right leg. Or if you have too much of a gap between your feet, just jump that back foot in to get pyramid pose. The main point of pyramid pose is to open up back side of legs. So try really hard for that front leg to be straight. Whatever adjustments you have to make. And then just breathe. Now bending your right knee, lifting off of that left foot, standing split, gaze goes towards knees, and then left foot touches down next to right foot. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Now this time bend your knees a lot. Weave the palms of your hands underneath of your feet so you're stepping on the palms of your hands. Knees can be bent here to make this happen. And then I want you to let your elbows come out to the sides. Start to straighten out your legs. And breathe. You're going to feel tight here. Just breathe. Release, soft bend in your knees as you sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, slide your hands down into heart center. Coming onto your toes of your right foot, so shifting that weight over to your left foot. Focusing on a drishti, so picking something that's in front of you that you can stare at, right? You'll have to switch your gaze once you're fully in Warrior 3, but this will help. And then you can slowly start to lean forward using blocks or a chair. Your gaze starts to move forward and down. Your body takes the shape of a letter T. You can continue with that soft bend in your left knee. Arms can reach forward. 2 more breaths. High lunge is where we're heading, so very gently. Right foot touches down at the back of your mat. Stay on that right toe mound. Bend into your left knee. Lift your chest. And then hands are coming down to the mat. And we're taking pyramid pose. Straighten out that left leg. Maybe jump your back foot in if that helps you get your front leg straight. Standing split, lifting that right leg, gaze is towards your knee, right foot touches down next to left foot, look up and lengthen spine, exhale, forward fold, soft bend in your knees, grabbing for either wrists or elbows behind your knees, and then you're going to slowly straighten out. So actually this is for the back of your legs, but it's really for that upper spine, that space in between your shoulder blades. So kind of keep pulling your chest away from your knees, really opening up that space. And then I want you to bend your knees so that your booty is in line with your knees, or for what you think is low enough, right? So whatever feels like your bottom is in line with your knees. And then I want you to reach your arms forward. Your weight is back, so you're lifting your toes. Your weight is in your heels. Now we're just going to step back from here, so shift your weight into your right foot. Let that left foot step back. Arms are still reaching forward. One long line of energy. And left hand touches down, right arm peels open. Now drop that left knee. You can untuck left toes, rise all the way up twisted. Fold your right arm down your back. Flip your left palm. Revolve. Bring your hands down to the top of your mat. Just tuck your left toes right here. Step your right foot back. Plank pose. If you'd like to move to chaturanga, you can bend your elbows. Come down halfway. On your inhale, untuck your toes, lift your chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, retuck your toes, hips high, downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. So big inhales, big exhales out of your nose. Feel yourself bringing in new air, new oxygen. Now bend your knees, look at the top of your mat, walk or jump your feet all the way to the top of your mat. When you get there, lengthen your spine. Exhale, take a forward fold. Okay, so this time, the way we're going to forward fold, you can do any of the other options we did, right? So grabbing big toes, pulling yourself in, grabbing for elbows behind your knees, or if you want to keep going, I want you to weave your arms through the middle so that you're grabbing the back sides of your calves. Let your elbows be in front of your knees so that you can bend your elbows and pull yourself in half. Hips are as high as you can get them. bend your knees, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Slide your hands down into heart center. Take a moment right here. Come back to the beginning of class, right? So come back to whatever elements or whatever things you like about your morning vinyasa. The quiet, the winds blowing in your face. Maybe it's just, the sounds of nothing at your house. Stay right there. Okay, hands are coming down next to your side body. Before we move on to the left side, we're going to take tree pose. So bending your right knee, allowing that right foot to come to the inside of your left ankle, calf, or thigh. Once you get there, you're pushing your hips wide, right? So one hand's on one hip, one hand's on one knee. Find that drishti, so find your focal points, and then extend your arms up and out. And just balancing right here. Again, you can put a soft bend in your left knee. You don't ever have to lock that one leg, the standing leg, when we're balancing. And then palms are coming back into heart center. Bring that right knee forward. Right foot is touching down. Left knee is lifting. Left foot's either coming to ankle, and you can have your toes down, or you bring it into calf, or you slide it into your thigh. And then you're just kind of pushing your chest through. So your chest is really leading. Arms can reach up and out. You're focusing on one spot. Breathing and balancing. Slide your hands down into heart center. Left knee comes forward. Left foot touches down. Okay, we're gonna come right back to the left side. So bring your booty down as low as you can get it, in line with your knees if that's possible, right? And then arms are gonna reach forward, so you're gonna be on your heels here. Your toes are lifting. And you're just holding. Now we're going to step back. So shifting your weight into your left foot, take a step back with that right foot. And you're right here. One long line of energy, one more breath. Right hand touches down, left arm peels open, and you're twisting. Taking in a new perspective, right? You realize how little you look up towards the sky. Now bring that right knee down, keep your twist, untuck right toes, right arm reaches forward, then you're folding left arm behind your back, reaching right arm up and back. You're gonna feel this in your front quad, your right quad. Revolving. And then you can bring your hands down to the top of your mat. Tuck your right toes, step your left foot back, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck toes, hips high. Downward facing dog. Now drop your knees down to the mat, this time wide leg child's pose. So knees are gonna come to the outer edge of your mat. Untuck your toes, let your bottom come back, and then reach your arms forward so that you're coming in between your legs. You're gonna feel this opening up hips, opening up chest, opening up shoulders. Okay, from child's pose, you can come up onto your knees. If you need to take a sip of water, or in my case, coffee, now's a good time. And then I want you to tuck all 10 of your toes. This is called screaming toes. It's for all those little tiny muscles that are on the bottom of your feet. So you might have to go back and kind of like tuck your pinky toes. Maybe bring your toes together, your knees together a little bit. And then I want you to shift your weight back and you're going to sit on your toes. Okay, so this feels probably totally fine right now, but we're gonna be here for 30 seconds. The first 10 seconds are usually okay. Second 10 seconds you feel it. Third 10 seconds you're like ready to be done. So use your breath to get through. We're almost done a third. Keep shifting your weight back, right? Done 2/3. And we've completed the 30 seconds. Hands come forward. Smack your feet, the tops of your feet. So untuck them, and you're smacking the toenail sides of your feet down. Right back up, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, and rise up. On your next inhale, extend your right leg all the way up into the air. Now bend your knee and bring your knee into your chest. So you're rounding your spine. See if you can step that right foot in between your hands. And remember the little trick, if it doesn't go that far, you bring your arm behind your knee and you jump that foot forward a little bit. Yep, you give yourself a little help. Warrior one is where we're heading. So back heel comes down, back toes are pointing towards upper left corner of the mat. Rise up, arms reach up. Things to focus on here, don't bow your back, tighten your core. We've been working on core, keep it tight. Keep yourself square, okay? So we're not in warrior two. We are square, palms can come together. Press into that back heel, lift your chest, then pull your elbows down. Get that chest wide open. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, pull your elbows down. Once more, inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, elbows come down. And then interlace fingers behind your back. Roll your shoulders back. Let your head drop on the inside of that right knee. Come into your hip here. So you're bending that right knee, letting head come to the inside. Now release your hands down onto the mat. Straighten out that right leg. Walk your hands to the left, and you're going to spin, taking a wide leg forward fold, okay? So a prasarita fold. You can walk your hands through your legs, so fingers are pointing away from your face, and you're literally pulling yourself in half. Shift the weight onto your toes. Hands come down underneath of nose. Heels come in, bend your knees. Okay, so heels in, toes out, you're bending your knees and you're rising up in goddess pose. Now, one thing to note here, think about being on a wall, okay? So tuck that tailbone. You're not leaning forward here. You're keeping your shoulders over your hips. 2 more breaths. Now, warrior two towards the front of your mat. So spin that right foot to point towards the front of your mat. Back foot is perpendicular to front foot. You're bending that front knee. Take a look at your front knee. Make sure it's directly over your ankle. Reach right arm forward, left arm back. Flip right palm. Reach right palm up and back. Reverse your warrior. Opposite side, Kramer. There you go. Now you're bending the right knee. Yep, there you go. And then cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Spin onto your left toes. Step your right foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. My brother and sister-in-law joined me, but they wanted to be behind camera. No in front of camera before coffee in this house, except for me, I guess. Okay, here we go, left side. From downward facing dog, lift that left leg into the air. And then you're bringing your knee into your chest, trying to round your spine so you create space to step that foot forward, right? One of these days you'll be like, whoa, my foot's all the way at the top of my mat. Use that little technique to get it there. And then we're gonna spin that right heel down. Rise up, warrior one. Pressing into right heel. And then pulling your elbows down. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, pulling elbows down. Inhale, sweep. And exhale, elbows into ribs. Interlace fingers behind your back. Roll your shoulders back. On your exhale, surrender on the inside of that left knee. Humbled warrior. Your head is dropping. Arms are extending. We're opening shoulders here. Now hands come down to the inside of left foot. Straighten out left leg. Spin your left foot to be parallel with right foot. This time, see if you can get a yogi toe lock around your big toes. So first two fingers connecting with thumbs. Let your elbows go out like chicken wings and pull yourself in. And keep shifting that weight into your toes. So you're pressing those big toes into your fingers. Hands come down underneath of nose. Just spin your heels in, let your toes go wide. Bending your knees, and you rise right up into goddess pose. So try and drop it. This is another one where if you can get your bottom as low as your knees, that's what we're going for. Big hamstring opener. Keep that chest lifted for one more breath. Warrior two. Stay connected with breath in and out of your nose. Flip your left palm, reach up and back. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Spin onto right toes, step your left foot back. Exhale as you lower towards the mat. Inhale, untuck toes, lift chest. Exhale, tuck toes, hips wide. Hips high. Down dog. 3 breaths. Okay, now walk your hands back towards your feet. Tim or Kramer, one of you walk forward, one of you walk back. Okay, so now bring your heels together, let your toes go wide, and then you're just going to let your knees open up and let your heels lift. Okay, arms are going to reach forward. So let your heels lift and then let your knees bend. Yeah. Let yourself fold here, forward fold. And then you can walk your hands back towards your knees. Bring your knees together. You're staying on your tippy toes. And then push your knees down. So now you're upright. This is called a toe stand. Okay, so you're just balancing your weight on your toe mounds. From here, we're gonna rise all the way up, and I want you to see if you can stay on your tippy toes the whole time. If it helps to kind of reach your arms up, like let your arms lead the way, press your knees together, rise all the way up, keep going, tippy toes, reach, heels come down, hands come into heart center. Take a few breaths right here, standing mountain pose. You can let your arms come down if you'd like. How's everybody doing? Is everybody okay? There were some thumbs up, I think were from before. You'll just have to let me know if you'd like me to slow down, pick up the pace, talk louder, whatever. Okay, we're gonna take dancer pose. So we're gonna continue with shoulder opening. So I want you just to, standing on both feet, just start to circle. You can bring that right hand if you want onto your right shoulder, just so you can kind of feel your shoulder, taking that full circle, and then we're gonna go backwards. Or I'm sorry, this time it'll be forward. And you can kind of just, whatever feels good to open that. If you want to do both at the same time. And then switch sides. Right hands can come onto that left shoulder. Big, huge windmills. And then forward. And then maybe like backwards with both at the same time. Okay, dancer pose. This is a one leg balance pose. You can make this whatever you'd like. So in class today, we have done the back side of our legs, we have done chest, and we have done shoulders. So I know sometimes I'm like, oh, lean forward because we're working on legs today, or stay upright, we're working on chest today. Whatever feels good because you've been working on both. So come to the tips of your right toes, soft bend in that right knee. Reach that right arm back so you have your thumb up on your right hand, and then it should, if you need to, grab onto something, whether it's a wall or maybe it's a handrail with your left hand. Reach back, grab the big toe side of your right foot. So you want to get the inner side. If you do this, you don't have that clean shoulder opening. You do this, it's nice and clean. Okay, soft bend in left knee, left arm reaches up next to ear. Keep your right knee down. Don't let it splay out, okay? Then kick your right foot into your right hand. This is dancer pose. You don't have to go any further. You don't even have to go this far. You could stay upright here. If you want to keep going, rather than lean forward, just keep kicking foot into hand. Kicking foot into hand. Keep kicking, kicking, kicking. Your body will hinge forward and release. Right foot touches down next to left foot. Okay, second side. Bend that left knee, reach your left arm back. Grabbing the big toe side of your left foot. If you're using a wall, you might want to do what I did, which is like flip around so that now your right hand is on the wall. Soft bend in right knee. Right arm reaches up. Stay right here. Fix your gaze on something. And then kick foot into hand. Take that shoulder opening. Feel it in your left quad. Breathing, using body as resistance. And release. Left foot comes down next to right foot. Hands come into heart center. Shoot your prayer hands all the way up. Exhale, forward folds coming all the way down. Walk yourself back to plank pose and take your vinyasa. Just gonna check on the time because I didn't bring my watch up. Special guest in class today for our last few moments. Okay, we're gonna bring things down onto our mat. You wanna sit on my mat? You wanna go over with Aunt Kristen and Uncle Timmy? Right there? Okay. Okay, you can come down onto your bottom. Let your legs come into a nice wide V. Okay? So first, we're going to reach from side to side here. Left arm is going to reach down and grab for the pinky toe side of your left foot. Right arm is going to reach up and over. So this is side body stretching. See if you can get that right hand to come closer and closer to your left foot. And then right hand's coming down, grabbing right pinky toe side, left arm's reaching. And then again on both sides. What are you doing? You're silly. And then right side. And if you think this is hard for you, imagine having 30 pounds on your back. Okay, feet together. Show everybody how you do your yoga. Toes are kicked back towards face. Arms are reaching up. So just like we did at the beginning of class, we're going to take a forward fold. Bending elbows, letting your elbows splay out to the sides. And then you can grab your big toes and bring your feet together. Also kind of bringing us back to the way we started class. Closing that door, make sure Daddy can't come. Let your elbows come out to the sides. So you have your feet together, knees are wide. You're pulling yourself down here. If you want to release your big toes and extend your arms forward, you can do that. Now walk your hands back in. Okay, you're just going to take your right knee and just pull that right knee over to the right side. Swing that left leg back and take yourself right into a half pigeon pose. Okay, so right knee is on the upper right corner, right foot is on the upper left corner. You're sitting upright, and then you can come down into your reclined half pigeon. Are you doing the breathing?
No, I'm just saying. Get up, Tony.
This is yoga on vacation. Everything goes. Okay, come on, upright. Sit on that right hip and swing that left leg all the way around. Left foot comes to the back side of your right knee, and you're right here for a seated spinal twist. Keep your body upright, right elbows in the back side of your left knee.
We're not supposed to take him. Not for the lights.
Okay, now from here, you're gonna take your under leg and you're gonna slide that under leg back, and you're gonna be right into your half pigeon. Come on, jump on my back, relax. Right into your half pigeon on the left side, okay? And you're gonna stay right here. And then you can come down. Reclined half pigeon. Coming up, you're just gonna take a seat on that left hip. Swing that back leg, right leg around. See if it can come to the back side of your left knee. Then that right elbow comes to the back side of right knee. Keeping your spine nice and tall. Right hand is a kickstand. And you're twisting. And then you can come forward if you want to take a little counter twist. Unweave your legs, and we're coming down onto our back. And your palms can press down into the mat. On your next inhale, lift your hips into the air. And then exhale, you can release. Inhale, press into your feet, lift all the way up. This time, if you want, you can interlace fingers beneath your spine, creating a fist, rolling those shoulders back, then press your fist into the mat rather than into your back, and lift your hips higher. And then you're going to let your hips come down. Knees come into chest. Wrap your arms around the front of your shins, giving yourself that grateful hug, bringing your heart back to that feeling of gratitude, right? For your yoga practice, for the rest of your day, for your physical body that allows you to make it through this practice. Stretching and bending so that we don't break. Now this time you can either take that supported happy baby where you're grabbing behind your knees, or you can reach up and grab the pinky toe sides of your feet. Pull your knees down towards the mat, maybe swaying a little from side to side. And if you're really interested in getting into hamstrings, you can let your right leg go. Keep that left knee in that one-sided happy baby. Okay, so you can let your right leg come down. You're still pulling in that left foot. And then you can bring that right leg in, grab a hold of the outside of your right foot, let your left leg go down. Right leg is going to relax on the mat. Arms are going to take up a little space here so that your shoulders are all the way down. Close your eyes and take a few moments in Shavasana, allowing your muscles to restore and allowing your mind and body to absorb your yoga practice. Starting to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, nodding head yes and no. Reaching arms up overhead, pressing through feet, taking a nice full body stretch. Rotating onto your left side, using that left arm as a pillow. And then gently and effortlessly pressing yourself back up into a comfortable seat. Eyes can remain closed or heavy. Spine is tall, palms are joining at heart center. Bow your chin down into your chest. Bowing to your true teacher, the teacher that lies within each of us. Thank you for joining and sharing. Namaste. Thanks guys. I know on Thursdays I usually share a juice recipe, and interestingly enough we were at the Stout Beach House planning on making juices this morning. So we're going to start with bananas, spinach, and peanut butter. So I would start with 1 whole banana, 1 handful of spinach, and 2 teaspoons or tablespoons of peanut butter, if you like peanut butter or don't. And then I'd blend it. If your bananas are super ripe, like ours are, you may not need an apple. If you have like brand new bananas, you might want to put half of an apple in there to add a little sweetness. And then I have a few of my other things, like I'm going to put a little ginger, maybe some chia seeds, some flax seeds. You can also add some blueberries in there if you'd like some antioxidants. Blend it all up. I loved the pictures last week. Everybody tagged me in of having their juice after yoga, so I'll be enjoying mine. Enjoy yours. See you guys next week. All right.